Good morning and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Lorraine Durham.
And as I said, we are the Downsized today. You may notice we're in a slightly different location. We're actually in Miami, Florida, in the Hampton Inn in Brickell. I'm not sure how to say it. Brickell, my lovely wife says.
I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And we're getting ready this morning to go get on a cruise ship, but the world kind of blew up yesterday with all of the news about Serena Williams and GLP-1, so we thought we'd take a few moments to chat about it. Before we do, what is our average caveat that we give?
We're not doctors.
We're not doctors.
I've lost over 50 pounds on a GLP-1 medication, and
I've lost 104 as of today.
Right. So we are definitely pro GLP-1 tools for weight loss and weight maintenance now, as the case may be. So I was very happy to see someone as prominent as Serena Williams come out and say that she had used a GLP-1 for weight loss.
I mean, I think it's exciting to see her. I mean, she was on the Today Show. She's been on CNN. Reuters did it. Basically, all the mainstream media had stories about it. And you know, it's kind of a twofold story. So it's her personal story saying, hey, I've been one of the best athletes in the whole world, had multiple children, gained weight. So we've seen that postpartum gain weight a lot. You know.
Have we?
Well, we've talked to a million people, right?
Well, I mean, yes, and myself included. So, I'm the mom of three. I'm 56 years old, and my three children are now ages 27, almost 21, and 19. So, with each child, I got progressively bigger. It got progressively harder to lose weight, and so with our last baby, I gave birth at 250 pounds, and it was just very hard to get that off once that happened. So Serena mentioned that after she had her children, her body just didn't work the same, and she had a hard time losing weight, and it made it hard on her joints, and she just felt like this was a problem, and she didn't like it.
Well, when an athlete this prominent, who has spent her life, with her body as a tool, comes out and says, hey, that old myth around, eat
just
less.
Diet and exercise.
Eat less, work out more.
Yeah.
It's not working. It's not working.
She said she was walking because she said, people said, well, why don't you try it? I mean, if this woman can't lose weight by exercise with her level of fitness, being a professional tennis player, like what chance does a normal, mom of three in the suburbs have? You know what I mean? So for her to come out and do this, I mean, it's the same as like Oprah, right? So Oprah has all the money and all the resources at her disposal. And still, she turned to GLP-1s to help with her disease of obesity. So, what are us regular folks supposed to do? Turn to GLP-1.
Anyway, so bravo, Serena. We appreciate it. I mean, she's been very actively talking about how she wants to raise the level of conversation and expose GLP-1s to the world and eliminate bias. And she's saying it's not cheating. She's saying all the things we wanted to hear her say. So I think it's truly, truly exciting. We applaud any further conversation. The second half of the conversation is really a business conversation. So just like Oprah bought into Weight Watchers years ago, well, it turns out Serena's husband, and I don't remember his name, I apologize, sir.
Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams. I don't think that is his name. I don't think it is. Is an investor in the telehealth company Ro and is on the board of Ro. So all of this was spurred by that relationship. And at the same time as all of this came out, they launched a multi-year advertising campaign for the telehealth company Ro, with Serena obviously as the star. So bravo to Ro. I mean, I don't know how the finances work out there. Her husband's on the board, so that's got to help.
Yeah, I mean, obviously her family has an investment in this company, and so she's speaking and being the public figure for the company. So, good for her. Good
But
for
I
her.
mean, to me, it's just another level of endorsement from a prominent, honestly wealthy, athletic family who's saying, we believe in this so much, we're putting our money where our mouth is, and I'm going to be on the board. You know, I think it's truly interesting.
And she could have just like quietly done it and never told anyone. She didn't have to come out and publicly make this announcement, right? And she's got a lot of haters coming at her on the internet. You know, we've seen a lot of things blowing up on TikTok and social media, but I love to see it. Like I applaud her for coming out and taking control of her health and using these GLP-1s as a tool that they're intended for.
Interestingly, I think she says she has lost about 30 pounds, so she was obviously never morbidly obese.
Right.
And in this community, we have a lot of conversation with people around how much weight they've lost in these big
Yeah.
numbers and who should be taking these medications and who shouldn't be taking these medications. And the conversation just grows and grows and grows and gets wider as more comorbidities are added. So I think it's truly interesting to see this athlete, 30 pounds to lose, say, hey, this is a tool I used to make myself healthier.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. So a lot of times, people with a lot of weight to lose, might compare their journey to someone with 20 or 30 pounds to lose. So someone with 20 or 30 pounds to lose, that journey is important to them. That journey is, like Serena was saying, she wasn't feeling her healthiest. Her joints hurt, her body, she just didn't like the way she felt with those extra 30 pounds. And I think a lot of times people with a great deal more weight to lose look at someone with that much there's some judgments there. There's, oh, you don't know what it's like, or oh, you're not that overweight, or and I think it's really important that we don't judge other people's starting weight, right? Like, we want to be supportive of everyone who has gone on a journey to take control of their health. And, you don't know what somebody else is facing or what other problems they may have. So while it might be really easy to look at somebody and say, oh, well, you weren't that heavy. Well, it still affects your health, even at 20 or 30 pounds overweight. So,
and if Serena can't get down, can't lose that 30
nobody
pounds.
Can get down if Serena can't get down. Right? So, I think it's really just important. We want to support everyone who's on these GLP-1s on this journey. And, we're in Miami. Like Christopher said, we're getting ready to go on a cruise today. And last night we were sitting at the hotel bar. They gave us a coupon for one free drink. So we got our one free drink. And, we were talking to some people, and the subject came up of, what do you do for a living? And Christopher says, not much. And I said, well, we have a YouTube channel. That's easier than explaining our
And it's all downhill from there,
and
because you know where Lorraine goes.
What's it about? And I was telling her. And so the lady was saying, I really want to get on one of those, and how do I do it, and what do I do, and do you think I would qualify? And she said, well, what's...
And I said, not a doctor.
Right, we're not doctors. She said, well, what BMI do you have to have? And I was thinking back to our conversation with Dr. G, and he wants everybody to be below a 27 BMI for optimal health, right? And I said, well, I think you have to be higher than 27, 28, 29 BMI. And she goes, well, how do I figure that? I said, well, how tall are you? And I think she said she was 5'4" and about 145 pounds. Yeah. And I'm like, you're right kind of on the edge there, right?
But as we spoke with her, she had a lot of stuff going on. So she had lupus. Mm-hmm. What was the other?
Sjogrensen's syndrome, which a friend of mine has, which I've never heard anyone else have but my friend. So she had some other things that she wanted to
some autoimmune diseases.
See if it could help with those autoimmune diseases. So, I think it's very easy to look at someone and judge them, right? Because weight stigma, weight bias, we all have it. I have it. I'm looking at her, I'm like, I don't, probably not. You're probably not going to qualify, but, you know, given all of her other comorbidities, it might be something that she and her doctor might want to talk about and explore. So she's like, well, how do I get started? I said, well, go see your doctor. She goes, well, somebody at a med spa where I live said that they were doing this over there. And I'm like, just be careful with med spas, because a lot of times they're very expensive, very high price compared to some of these other providers.
You've got a lot of other things going on. Go see your doctor.
Start with your doctor.
Get your blood work. Do all the things you're supposed to do. Start there, and then there's other paths. And watch our channel. You can explore a lot of those paths.
Yeah.
But back to Serena. I don't know. I just think it's fabulous. So Serena, bravo. We would love to have you come on the channel, Serena.
Oh my gosh.
Come. We'll do an interview with you. It would be just a tremendous honor. We'll put it out there. Tag you, Serena. Hello, you're fabulous.
You know, I saw her one time when I was in Los Angeles on a buying trip. We were
remember that.
In like Bloomingdale's or something, and she was in there shopping, and we were like, we're all like, that's Venus and Serena Williams over there. I was like,
they were both there?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, it was. I just remembered that, actually. That was a long time ago when I used to work as a clothing buyer.
So what do you guys think? So, and the other thing I'll tell you is we have no affiliation with Roe or anything like that, but bravo Roe for getting a great spokesperson.
Yeah. And I think Roe, do they prescribe branded and
they do.
Right?
So they're a broader telehealth company,
Yeah.
so they do have a bigger focus than just GLP-1s. They sponsor lots of folks out there. You guys probably watch people they sponsor. And then they do both branded and compounded. I think they only do compounded semaglutide. I don't think they do tirzepatide. But I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Somebody can correct me on that if I am incorrect. So what do you guys think? Serena Williams, one of the best athletes, best tennis players, certainly in my lifetime, is on a GLP-1 and is out there telling people about it.
I mean, I think it's just amazing. As more, big name athletes, stars, and regular people are talking about this, are taking this, are sharing this with people, I think, that stigma and that bias is just going to get less and less. So I hope you will like and subscribe to The Downsized. You can share this video with a friend.
Yeah.
All of those things help the YouTube algorithm suggest us to more people who are looking for information on their own GLP-1 journey.
And stay tuned. We'll be boarding the cruise ship later today and be out in the ocean, so you will see videos from us from the cruise ship as well as alive. So it should get exciting in the next week or so. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us. And Serena, please email me, Christopher@thedownsized.org. We will get you on the channel right now. I will fly to meet you if I can. Absolutely. I have no idea, but I would go see Serena.
I bet she probably lives in LA. Yeah.
She might be in Florida. I don't know where she is. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Let us know what your thoughts are on Serena talking about GLP-1s, and we will see you next time. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Lorraine Durham.
We'll be on the ship shortly. Bye-bye.